This is sent from an anonymous person that didn't want to be known. So, whoever you are, thank you.
We have another package over there on the floor too.
That's the other struts from Jeff Thomas. So we're starting to get the key parts in. That's kind of set us back and held us up. Still waiting on the rear end. Michigan got pounded with snow up there where Jasper's at, so it kind of hindered that a bunch. They're doing everything they can on their end, but they can't control the weather, so it's pretty awesome. So that's 10 soldiers. Jason, that 10 soldiers, I believe, got a hold of Bill Hoshkinson to let him know that somebody had ordered this, that they didn't want to be known, but to let me know that there's one on the way. And this was a month and a half ago. It was early on.
Yeah, it was early on.
So, like I said, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm gonna do my life now. Like I was just using it.
You and this knife, let me tell you.
It don't stay around long. I find it and it's gone.
Stand up for a minute, honey. Check under that paper.
Yep, I see it. There we are. This is a fix for the Fox body brake pedal push rod issue. So
No more of that.
no. Stack all that 4150 adapter on top of this. I'm sure oh hell, I don't know. Whatever it ran like before. Carburetor.
Guys, Jess here. It is Tuesday morning. The sun is really in my face. Sorry about that. I am, sorry, the steering wheel, headed to work. CJ is at work. The kids are off to school. It's still cold outside, getting a little warmer. Busy week this week. Thanksgiving's this week. For all you people that love Thanksgiving, it's great for you. For those of us that it causes anxiety for, like me, not so great for. It's always a question of how both of those, so you guys have an idea of what our schedule is going to be like. Big news for Allie. She did make a national volleyball team on her tryouts. She ended up trying out at 5 different locations. She got offers from, I think, 4 of them. They were really great offers, but she ended up going with nationals, which means more money for us and more traveling out of state. And we had to figure out how we're going to work that around racing. So far, it doesn't look like any conflicts, but March and April are a little bit still up in the air for her because there's a few to be announced dates on her schedule, so we'll see how that all works out. The car is moving along. I know a lot of people have said something about the sound. I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. It's like when I first upload the video, the sound's not kicking on right away. So if that happens, please just come back and check. It's fine on our end. As far as we can tell, it's just something with YouTube. I'm going to turn here. Also another thing, the sound in the barn. The background noise is the wood burner. We're not going to be able to get away from that sometime. Unfortunately, we have to have heat when we're out there because it's cold. We're going to do our best to navigate around that, but if you hear the noise, it's not the air compressor, it's the wood burner. So just bear with us. Sometimes we'll try to avoid it, and sometimes there will be no avoiding it just because we're out there working on the car. The car's made great progress. It's a lot further along than we ever could have done it on our own. So again, we appreciate everybody's help. Thank everybody for watching. We are going to do a raffle, apparel raffle with a few extra goodies in it, and probably a signed piece of the Raggedy Ann original car from the wreckage. I was hoping to announce that on Black Friday, but I think it's going to be more on Sunday. So when we get everything, all the merchandise in, we will announce that. I think we're going to be selling wristbands on our apparel site in order to get entered into that raffle for that basket. But more details to come on that, and we will go over it for sure just after Thanksgiving to let you guys know. I'm just waiting for a couple items to come in the mail, and I want to make sure that they make it so we can showcase that when we announce the basket. Sorry about my lights in the van going off. It needs maintenance. It's waiting for the original Raggedy Ann to come off the lift so we can start getting vehicles on the lift so we can get them maintenance. We are about to that point where we're going to have to do that. Allie's car needs tires, the smart car needs tires, this van needs tires, and something with the brakes. Both the trucks need fixed, and it's just inevitable that we're going to have to start working on those here shortly. Like I said, my work has picked up, so today I am on my way to Baltimore, Ohio. Then I'm going to make my way back to Canal Winchester and back down to Circleville. Today's flu shot day for me, which I hate, but in order to keep my job as a nurse, I have to keep that yearly, and it'll probably knock me out for the rest of the day, but it's one of those things that you just have to do. So I can go on and on about the flu shot thing, but I'll just leave it at that. So thanks for watching, and like I said, this video will have more to come about Dig or Die and when we're going to be at PRI. We hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving and a safe Thanksgiving, and you get to spend some time with your family. I can be the first one to tell you that family is not always the easiest to deal with. You know, we've had people show up late, or people argue or want to fight, all in our family, or somebody say the wrong thing and it offends somebody and they get mad. It happens, but at the end of the day, the thing that you have to remember is that everyone's time on this earth is short, and they are your family, and they are part of who made you who you are. So try to spend the time wisely with them on the holidays and make some good memories. What you doing?
Working on the car. What am I always doing?
It's warm out today. We don't have the furnace on.
Right. Got the door open even.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Putting the front brakes on.
Looks like you got the headers on there.
Yeah. Headers are on. Front brakes are on. brake pedal and everything's in. Carburetor, Bill stopped by, and a lot of you probably saw on his that he come by to drop the carburetor off. ATM Innovations put a brand new carburetor on it.
Your first
Yeah,
ever.
my first ever brand new carburetor. Can't thank him enough. That was extremely generous. And I thank Bill. You know, he went and got it and had made it happen and brought it to me. So I do appreciate that. TBM, putting TBM brakes on it. Jesse Lee is who's taking care of that, front and rear. The headers, NC Speed Lab. I kind of butchered them up, but they're fitting. For no more than I had to really do to it, it took a long time to get it done.
And rear end is coming Friday, right?
Rear end's supposed to be here, which would be tomorrow. I got to reach out just to confirm and make sure it's still happening. Steering column's in.
Yeah, let me see that.
That's another NC Speed Lab jumping in, taking care of me. It's not cut. It's not exactly where it's going to be until I get the seat and everything in. Get it where I like it.
So you got your wires laying there.
The wiring board is in and mounted, but none of the wires are hooked up. The pass-through is, so the engine is hooked up. The nitrous is hooked up. You can see over here. I haven't got this side of the brakes on yet. I just started over there. But there's a solenoid that needs to be mounted. This is all hooked up, all the nitrous, everything there. The buttons are hooked up. I still got to mount that purge, get it plugged in, but it just plugs in right there. I got several wires that still got to pass through to come out for the coil and all that stuff. I've still got to order the vacuum pump set up.
So how are we doing on the list? I know people has asked if you pretty much have what you need, or how are we doing on
Got
that?
a lot of what I need.
It's just a matter of getting it all together.
Yeah, I've got to get stuff on the car to see where I stand. I know still need door windows, and Jesse was talking, while he was out working. He was going to make some phone calls and see about those. Yeah. I've still got to cut the deck lid, weld that piece on, do all that work, mount the wing. Still got a lot to do. We've come a long way in a short time. And I don't think we have enough time to get where we wanted to be by the time that we wanted to be there. So
we'll talk about that a little bit.
yeah, so with that, to put it out there, the car's
Hang on. Okay, put it out there.
And put it out there. The car's not going to be at Dig or Die. I don't see how I can make it. So instead of stressing, pushing, and possibly missing something, I'm just going to go ahead and plan on not taking it, and I may not be there. I know there's several people that's really want me to come.
We'd like to come see some other people race there.
Now I've got a couple people messaging me, threatening my life if I don't show up. But no, I'm kidding.
But we also kind of had talked it over between us.
Yeah.
In order for us to get down there, we'd have to rent a car. We'd have to pay for sitter for Darren. It would be a weekend away from the car. And the following weekend, we would also be away from working on the car because PRI. So that's 2 weekends not working on the car. And the cost of the rental car, cost for childcare for Darren. And honestly, we don't have a whole lot of merchandise right now in stock because you guys have been doing a great job at buying it all.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
We just can't keep up with it. So we're not sure. We'd love to see everybody. If
It's wiser for us not to go, to be honest. I hate to miss it. I really wanted to be there. Really wanted the car there. But in the same sense, I feel like I could make a lot more ground on getting the car together, not going and spending that weekend away. And realistically, that's what I need to do, is I need to get the car together. And I'm not usually in a good mood if I'm at a race that I want to race at and I can't race. So I just feel bummed pretty much the whole time I'm there.
So with that, when do you think the car will be ready? I'm thinking the first of the year.
I would like to have it define ready, because that's a extremely open word.
To take it out and test. Because you get 2 extra days off work this week, and then you're off the week of Christmas because there's a factory shutdown day.
It also depends on the parts. Like the rear end is an extremely huge deal for progress.
Yes.
Because it's holding up the anti-roll bar, it's holding up my shock bar and mount my shocks, like the whole back of the car, other than the fuel cell and batteries. It's holding everything up. And I understand, I completely get
the situation.
Yeah, I get the situation. I'm not trying to talk down or anything. I understand. I think it should be ready by the first of the year.
That's a month away.
Yeah. But I'm not sure how ready. Like, it depends on if my goal was to make Dig or Die. I'm not making it. So now do I change thoughts? And, I can make changes if I think of something and play with it. I just don't know. Like, I'm a horrible decision maker anyway.
Yes.
But
true.
the seat, I got to get the seat mounted. There's some stuff that I've got to mount, and hell, I could mount the seat 3 or 4 different times. It depends, A bunch of fuel and coolant lines. Like it's extremely close. It looks way worse than what it is, but the first of the year should be doable by all means.
I'm not even sure what races are in January. I know we have to make a trip to Sandusky and Washington in January for volleyball. I know the next Dig or Die is in March, so we will definitely be there for that one.
But don't watch what you say. You said we'd be here for this one. Watch what you say.
Hey, if I was working on it, it'd be done.
We could get this thing together and blow it up. I mean, anything can happen.
You just shut your mouth.
So I'm not. Yeah, testing's going to be. I need to test a lot, because I need to. Whenever I go to race, I want to feel comfortable in the seat. I don't want to be in what would be considered a new car or new to me car. I want to know how it feels, when it feels, and why it feels that way, and just the way I am. So, testing a lot. I have to be somewhat confident in the car before I go to a race. At least a race that I actually feel like I've got a shot at. And if I'm going to travel a long way, I got to feel like I have a shot.
That's another thing about traveling. We have truck repairs to do.
Yeah, both my trucks are broke. So I think the Ford will be probably the fastest and easiest to fix. If it is the oil cooler. If it's not the oil cooler, then I don't know what's wrong with it. But so I have to get an oil cooler for it and actually get it over here. But I don't want to put it in here until I've got the old car out. and that would mean everything would have to be off of it and on this car. So I don't know. Dash is mounted, so it can go in and out. I said, I don't know if you've seen the brake pedal and brake setup or none of that. That come from 10 Soldiers. It's an anonymous deal. I've said it several times. I appreciate whoever did it, because it's an extremely badass setup.
We haven't updated the list yet, but I'll take you over there and show it to you just so you can see the names. Most of the stuff, I think all of it has come in.
Have you got anything on the brake pedal?
No,
You're standing right next to it.
So this is the list. Like I said, some things we have, they're just not marked off because we haven't updated it yet.
What do we got that's not marked off?
I haven't put a cross through the inner roll
I'll
bar,
put a blue check next to it.
but you got a blue check next to it. Vacuum pump kit, is that done?
No, I have to order that still.
You got to order that still. Okay, fuel lines.
Need them.
You still need those, so that's not.
And that's a whole different deal, because I'm starting to think about, now that we're not going to make it, just putting all new lines, all new fuel lines, all new coolant lines, all new everything on that car. That way there's no chance of, well, there's always a chance of a failure, but it's less likely that anything did get any kind of rupture or anything that didn't show itself here that could possibly there. I can't stand going to a race and something leaking or failing or something like that.
And we got somebody getting parachutes, right?
It depends. I got one guy that wanted to, and he hasn't got back with me. And I've got another family, a buddy of mine actually, him and his 2 boys.
Okay.
They're just waiting for me to say go.
This is the one you want.
No, they know which one I want.
Windows and optic armor.
Door glass. The door windows I don't have. I've got the factory back glass. I've got the factory quarter windows, and I've got the front windshield out of this car. So I just honestly need door windows. Yeah, as far as a necessity.
Okay. And so you can see.
Eventually, I would like to do like an optic armor rear window, and maybe if I can run across a set of pretty cool lightweight quarter glasses.
She's mostly cleaned out.
Yeah, got to get the shifter out of there, and I think brake lines, windshield, or line lock. All right,
as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be doing a raffle basket. I thought actually like I had said in the video earlier, that we were going to have it up probably for Black Friday, but I'm still waiting for a couple more items to come. So it's looking like we'll probably announce that on Sunday or Monday, and the details on what the basket's going to include and how to enter into the raffle. So make sure you stay tuned to that. It'll be a good goodie box if you want to get a Christmas present.
It's got some pretty cool stuff in it.
Yeah,
at least I think it's pretty cool.
Stuff we don't even have.
Yeah.
So we kind of was like, oh, we want that. But it will be a good basket, and we will let you know how to purchase the tickets or the entries for that. It's our first time doing a raffle, so just bear with us. And like I said, there's more stuff I'm waiting on getting, so I'm hoping either Sunday evening or Monday evening, we will have the details posted up for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned to that. And that's coming. And like I said, it'd be a great Christmas gift for somebody, or just
keep it for yourself.
Keep it for yourself. It's got some...
Split it up. There's all kinds of different ways, what things you can do with it.
Yeah, you can split it up. So more to come on that. So...
Real close, and then the steering column I had to cut a bunch out and then made.
I can't hear you very well, dear. You gotta talk up. Speak up.
Can you see the brake pedal from there?
Yes, I
because
can.
I had to get up on it. So I had to cut most of the steering column support out except for this front bar. Got the brake pedal assembly in, and then made a rear part for it. So that's, I mean, it's pretty sturdy.
And who got that?
It is anonymous.
The anonymous. Okay, yes.
10 Soldiers. It was bought through 10 Soldiers, an anonymous person, which I've said several times that I appreciate them doing it. Thank you. It's a badass setup. I've never messed with one. It's my first one. It's Lions. It's a Lions brake pedal setup, dual master cylinder, and it's got threaded adjusters with lock nuts and all kinds of cool stuff. But it is in, steering column's in. Just pushing on, working on the brakes now. Getting the front brakes on.
Okay, quick question, because I've seen it a couple times in our comments, and I feel like it's something that needs addressed. So,
That's scary.
I've seen the comment, and we went over this in earlier videos. When Raggedy Ann was first wrecked, we were like, we don't know if we're gonna switch the turbo car into Raggedy Ann, blah blah blah. And then Wayne offered up this car before we could even make a decision or think what we were going to do.
Yeah, everything happened extremely
fast. But the comment and question we keep getting is, oh, you had another car, why not just use that one? Or why didn't you use the turbo car for Raggedy Ann? You want to elaborate on that reasoning. It did happen so fast, Wayne donating this car, so that's partial of a reason. We didn't even have time to come up with the game plan. We were still thinking, and within 48 hours.
There was some worded differently than that. Like, why are
we asking for handouts?
Yeah, I haven't asked for a handout.
We put up a needs list.
The people that have donated and have handed us stuff, it's greatly appreciated. We definitely wouldn't be as far as we are without it. But I didn't expect anything free. The turbo car. So I spent the last 4 years gathering parts for that to be a front side car. And it was, I was hoping, what I was wanting was to do a good front side car, like No Prep Kings, good venues, good tracks. So it's got the K-member, the whole front end underneath of it would have to come out and be changed. Then I would have all that crap. Everything that I have, all the faults and money and everything that I put into that car would all have to change to make it this car. And it's got a lot more cage in it. It's a lot stiffer car. And I don't want a super stiff car. Like, this is already stiffer than that one. I'm hoping it comes around real fast. I feel like it will, but I've heard some of the horror stories of people, some friends that have gotten really stiff cars, and it's just they bounce their head off the wall. Once they get it, it's not so bad, but trying to get the car dialed in, it's just they beat their head off the wall. I don't want a stiff car, and like she said, it was offered up extremely early, and we went with it. So,
and this is just as much as part as the people that's donating their car as it is ours.
Yeah, this is kind of the people's car. Well, granted, I'm building it. It's technically my car, but there's a lot of
support.
There's a lot of us working people that have put into this car. It's not. I appreciate the businesses. I appreciate all the people that has put into it, and that's not even like handouts. That's people that I got deals from. Cut me a deal on stuff, which that's
or time. Jerry donated his work, his time.
Jerry spent his life down here just about like I have. You know, Troy's come over a couple days and helped progress, and Jason.
And Caleb helped you get the engine out.
Caleb helped there get the engine out of the other car.
And Steve and Matt came and got you every time you broke down.
Yeah, so there's I mean, that's just here close. That's not even everybody basically across the country that's put a hand in on it.
And I think when we put the needs list up, I don't know about you. I mean, I knew there were some things new that we were going to have to buy or purchase. But I was thinking, okay, if somebody had this part laying around, they would, that type of thing. We weren't expecting I
couldn't afford to buy all this stuff new. And I knew that. That car was all built off used parts. And this car has a lot more new parts on it than I ever expected it to have.
So hopefully that clears that up a little bit,
Yeah.
I guess. It just felt like it needed to be addressed because it's been mentioned a few times. So.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say now. I guess it's all in everybody's perception of what's going on, how it comes across to them, and maybe we put it out there wrong.
I mean, we could have just asked for a GoFundMe and people not know where the money went to, but that's not what we wanted to do, not how we wanted to do it. We wanted people to see where their donation and what was going on with it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how that goes. And Chuck was a big help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right off the rip, he was a big help.
On Tilt Productions.
Yeah. On Tilt Racing Productions. Chain Protect, 209 Gallery, all same guy. Got all three of them. He's been a big supporter and big help to me, basically since we met, since he come on board.
How did you guys meet? Because it was in April.
He's going to have a lot more memory on it than I will, as far as how everything went. But it was at Decker Boys. Whenever I went to Decker Boys race, we met, and he had approached me and asked me about putting a sticker on the car. And from that point on, we kept in touch. And I mean, he jumped right on board, and
he's paid entry
grabbed
fees.
the bull by the horns. Yeah, he paid most all my entries last year.
Fuel costs a couple of times. He made
huge.
shirts, stickers.
Stickers, the tokens.
Yeah, and he sponsored a lot of races this year in 2022 for a lot of people.
Actually, Decker Boys is this weekend, and he's a sponsor of it, I do believe. I know he was. Pretty sure he's sponsoring it this year. And he sponsored a lot of races this year, honestly.
Yeah, and traveled. He's from Colorado, and he drives it every time.
Poor guy. But yeah, and then Jerry last season, he took care of most all my fuel.
Yeah.
Race fuel for the car.
Bunker Hill Fabrications.
Yep. Which is also the guy that's welding all over the car and spent the last almost month and a half every weekend down here.
Yep, so lots of great support. It's a beginning of a great journey.
Hopefully. That's what we're hoping for. I'm hoping this car makes everybody proud that has put in on it. I'm definitely going to try to do my part to get it to do what it needs to do.
What'd you do, little wood girl?
I took the dang thing out of the
Why'd
way
you
because
break it?
You broke it.
I undid it myself, so
Oh.
I unscrewed it because I was trying to walk the thing.
Well, put everything together right there so we can put it back
The bolts and all of it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to do.
You use pliers instead of the right tools?
She got it done, didn't she?
No, I didn't want to try and go running back and forth in your video trying to figure out what size it was. So I did this.
Allie's not feeling the best today.
Yeah. Obviously.
And she's on wood duty before it
It's starting
rains.
to chill off. It's gonna rain tonight.
Teenagers.
Could have just sat it all down there. It's all gonna go back on.
After he just told me to redo.
This is my first experience putting on TBM brakes too. I'm yet to find the instructions.
Oh boy.
They spin. They don't spin nothing like the videos.
What are you doing wrong?
It spins pretty smooth, but probably the grease. I know it's some of it's the grease. But yeah, we'll see. Those ones in the videos spin for days. I'm sure they probably got ceramic bearings instead of just regular tension bearings. But yeah.
That long thing was right here,
Yeah.
and I was trying to walk it, and I was like, so now I can just push it.
You're so smart.
I know. A lot of people think I'm stupid and I'm not. Including you guys.
Oh, now.
She's gonna walk to work while she just does nothing.
Making their first ever appearance in our parade, we welcome from Paris, Kentucky, population 10,209. Directors Michael Stone, Ty Harbor, and Darnell Walls, and the Bourbon County High School Marching Colonels as they play Angels of Kentucky.